più cosa son, cosa faccio, o di fuoco ora son, o di ghiaccio, o di luna cangiar di colore.
Okay, great. Can you just jump up and down a few times? Yeah, just to get your energy going, you know? And I just want you to forget Maya and become Cherubino.
My name is Maya Gour. I'm from Israel, and I'm a mezzo-soprano.
Hi, Lachlan.
Hi.
Maya, how are you today?
Good. My background is in jazz singing, and I've been doing it since high school. When I was 20, I heard my first opera, and I fell in love with it, and I've been singing ever since.
So what have you brought?
Non so più.
Super. Okay, let's do some warming up. Today we're going to start the session working with Maya Gour on Mozart's Cherubino from Le Nozze di Figaro. Let's start on an E flat major. She has to find the energy to fit this aria, which is a very breathless, airy aria.
Just octave.
Nice. Let's have a slightly... Yes. Don't hang around. I think we have to look at singers as athletes. The part of our daily exercise is warming up the voice and trying to implement new ideas of technique. So scales and arpeggios strengthen the vocal cords, they strengthen the connection to the breath, and we find ourselves in a level of vocal fitness in order to sing the arias involved. Yeah, it's very pretty, this sound. It's very pretty. And it comes out to us as opposed to stays into yourself.
Yeah, more of a...
Carry on. Good, and see if you can incorporate your R vowel into this too. So the R vowel stays in exactly the same.
So okay. Sorry.
Good. And you can think, obviously, always on a full support, but it doesn't have to be mezzo forte. Just a very, very nice default setting, because all you want to do at the moment is massage your vocal cords to warm them up, ready for the session. Yeah?
I love having lessons with Rosemary. She has a lot of experience in the business and has performed many places. And I feel like she really focuses me and helps me get my repertoire to the place it needs to be ready to be performed.
So just think of a pencil. Have you got a pencil?
Yeah.
Whisk it up. So do you feel sometimes, even with this, you want to do something here that's unnecessary? So sometimes use this idea. It just keeps everything in the right, without gripping, you know, not sort of, not clenching.
Rosemary has been working with me a lot on keeping the vowels in a closer place, so there isn't a huge difference between an E and an A, and using a pencil is actually helpful because it kind of keeps your, you know, your face in a certain location, and you can't just move around, and it kind of focuses the sound.
Do some staccati for me. It's not just to do with the brightness of the vowel, but it's to do with the body.
Right.
Or I can brighten the vowel with the tongue. But keep it connected here. Very good, very good. So why don't we try just to sing maybe a page and a half?
Yeah.
Let's see what you've got to give me today.
All right. In any tempo or just...
Well, how are you feeling about this? This breathlessness has to suit you. Hyperventilation almost, you know? So I think you need to find that to suit you without you really hyperventilating. And that you can always stay grounded within it.
Non so più cosa son, cosa faccio, or di fuoco ora son, o di ghiaccio, ogni donna cangiar di colore, ogni donna mi fa palpitar, ogni donna mi fa palpitar, ogni donna this aria specifically is difficult because you must stay grounded and stay in your support and be able to go back and forth between legato singing and kind of this excitement and breathlessness of a teenage boy.
Excellent. What I think is you have to be really well prepared for the breath. So if the orchestra starts, you have to be already there, but you're breathing a little bit late. That's the first thing. And then think of the text. The conversation you've just had with Susanna is like, oh, you're so lucky, you're here. And you see this beautiful creature undressing at night, and he's just fantasizing. And your hormones are all over the place. It's almost like a wave musically in the orchestra. Let's try it, have fun with it.
Okay.
Non so più cosa son, cosa faccio. Or di fuoco ora son, non di ghiaccio. Ogni donna cambiare di colore. Ogni donna mi fa palpitar. Ogni donna mi fa palpitar. Ogni donna mi fa palpitar.
Beautiful. Great. That was beautiful. You can't ever allow yourself to be less.
Yeah.
Less in the energy than this. Because suddenly the whole thing starts to come to life. Don't change Mozart, by the way. Ogni donna mi fa. The syncopation is really important. It propels it forward.
Yeah. That is challenging, especially that Mozart wrote this slightly high for a mezzo-soprano. So all these things together really make a piece that you have to work hard to make perfect.
Let's move on a bit in the aria, because we're going to sing it all the way through. Yeah, let's try from Parlo d'amor. Go into the imagination, basically. Go into the imagination. Sing it once with your eyes closed from here.
Okay.
Just sing it with your eyes closed.
Parlo d'amor vegliando, parlo d'amor sognando, all'acqua all'ombra, ai monti ai fiori, all'erbe, ai fonti, all'eco, all'aria, ai venti.
Everything is always orientated towards performance, but a studio such as ours, it's all about the process. And I think Maya is very, very good at going on the process during a session. She really buys in, she's open to the ideas and she tries them out. The difficulty is when you come to performing and you're put on the spot, how much can you retain? So we have to keep reinforcing the same ideas day after day without getting bored and hope that suddenly the penny drops. Great. So I would say your choices with these pauses, difficult without a conductor, but venti che il suon dei vani accenti portata via con sé. Off. A little bit longer these crotchets because you have to catch the conductor. Portata via con sé. But no rallentando in this bar. It's happening orchestrally for you again. But then we have adagio. I mean, you will be conducted through it. It has to feel that it's free, but of course it isn't.
Yeah. During the week, I love starting out some of my mornings by just listening to recordings of my lessons. And for me, it usually takes a couple of days to really have it, all the information and ideas sink in before I can create really what I want to as the final product.
Okay, I'm not yet convinced about this D. Let's do a V, 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 V. Let's try.
Yeah.
So you want to stay in one column. You don't want to go too horizontal. So you really get the cross in the sound here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it can always slightly be out of tune, or we feel that you're having to push forward. Well done, Maya. Why don't we take a little 5-minute break and try and see how much you've retained, and just give it a go from beginning to end with all these ideas. They have 45 minutes a week with a singing teacher, maybe at the most. They have to retain a lot of information. It's so much coming at them, I would say 30% of what I said soaked in, and I hope that in a few days she'll have a time to process the information. So Maya, let's have a version now out of context of a lesson. I'd like you just to take complete responsibility and think of the character, think of all the emotions that we discussed in the session, and just release yourself completely to the moment and imagine that you are composing this as you're going along, as opposed to recreating. Just really abandon yourself to the process.
Non so più cosa son, cosa faccio, or di fuoco, ora sono di ghiaccio, ogni donna cangiar di colore, ogni donna mi fa palpitar, ogni donna mi fa palpitar, ogni donna mi fa palpitar. Solo il nome d'amor diretto mi si turba, mi salta nel petto, e a parlare mi sforza d'amore. Un desio che io non posso sfidar, un desio che io non posso sfidar. Non so più cosa son, cosa faccio, or di fuoco, ora sono di ghiaccio, ogni donna cangiar di colore, ogni donna mi fa palpitar, ogni donna mi fa palpitar, ogni donna mi fa palpitar. Parlo d'amor vegliando, parlo d'amor sognando, l'acqua, l'ombra, i monti, e fiori, e l'erba, i fonti, le colori, e che suonevano gli accenti, portano via per sé, portano via con sé. Parlo d'amor vegliando, parlo d'amor sognando, all'acqua, all'ombra, ai monti, ai fiori, alle erbe, ai fonti, all'eco, all'aria, ai venti, che suonevano gli accenti, portano via con sé, portano via con sé. E se non è chi moda, e se non ho chi moda, parlo d'amor con me, parlo d'amor con me.
Brava. Great. Well done, both of you. It was very open, very alive and very open. I think what I would say is the more you can keep investing in colours and this quality of breathlessness, because your voice is so beautiful, you know, that's already established in the first few phrases, but I think you can really now be prepared to go much further in all of your dynamic markings and colours and expressions, because it's all there, you know. But brava, because I do feel that you opened up this aria completely. How did you feel?
Sometimes it takes, I don't know, a day to put it aside, come to it, and you have all these things after you slept a good night. Your brain kind of processes everything. You come and it's there suddenly. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist and obsessive, and I know I need to, you know, work on it so that
the trouble is there isn't perfection. There's only reality and there's only honesty and truth. That's all we have in music.
Right.
And what you deliver now will be very different to what you'll deliver tomorrow or next week. You know, so you have to be prepared to recreate something every time you do it. Then you'll be creating like an artist.
Music,
You know, you'll be painting a new canvas every time you sing it. I would love just to start this once more. Can you just jump up and down a few times? Yeah, just to get your energy going, you know?